Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the channel. This is going to be the start of a new project for me. I've done a couple, never recorded any. Want to kind of see how it goes. This is a new one I've just got in, if you don't know what it is. This is a 1968, early 68 Fiat 850 Spider. It's a two-door convertible. These were only made from 67 until about middle to late of 73. It is a rear engine car. This one, I believe, I haven't checked the number yet, but it's an 817cc. It's a little tiny little guy. It is dirty. I just got it today. I had just taken out the spark plugs. I'll show you those in a second. And put some mystery oil down there. I couldn't get anything to move, but that may be because it's been sitting for so long. So let's go take a look, and we'll look at some of the fluids. Alright, so a couple things we're going to be looking at is some of the fluids. I already pulled the spark plugs, like I said. This is from number 2 cylinder. Looks pretty grimy. The crazy thing is it's still got a little cap on there. I'll show you on another one. It's like this one, you still got the cap on it. So, somebody probably didn't know what they were doing. And then number 3 and 4 cylinder, of course, harder to get to towards the back. Broke off on me, so definitely gonna have to be getting some new ones before we can start. The other thing is we're gonna look at the oil. I'm gonna wipe this off real quick. Get a nice fresh dip. The back side here. Doesn't look too bad. It's really dark, it's probably really old. You can see the Max line in Italian, of course. But you can kind of tell by the wear where it's really been sitting most of its life. At least for as long as it's been sitting, which is a good sign. So, I'll take that. The other thing you look at is the coolant. I think that's a good enough sign as it is, all that powder, and who knows what else has been living in there, but it's pretty gross looking. The other thing is we'll look under the distributor cap here and see how these look frozen on here pretty good. Let's go on. Oh. Holy moly. That's 2. Alright. Looks like this one got doubled up on the end caps. Don't know how that happened. Well, inside of the cap doesn't look too bad, just some corrosion along the edge. And single point. Oof, that sucker's dirty. Let's take a look. Bring it a little closer. Sorry for the shaky camera. I'll bring y'all in. You can see. Get you a little higher. See how dirty that is. Yeah, that sucker is a little corroded. Yeah, it's not look good. The other thing is, when we take a step back, a little bit of play here, to say the least. Scooch it up a little bit. Good thing is the point does move, which is good. Line directly from the coil. Top's real scuffed up. Don't know if they're having some contact issues or not. It's pretty interesting. You can tell some of the fuel lines. You see these are all the braided line. These are no good anymore. You can probably hear it's cracking. If you can't hear that, it's cracking pretty good. It's so stiff, but the E85, the ethanol, actually eats through these and you get this sprayed everywhere, and it makes a real mess. So look back here. Doesn't look awful, but we'll just cover that back up. And look here in the radiator. Probably need to grab a flashlight for you, huh? Let me grab them for you real quick. Alright, we are back with a flashlight. And that is pretty crummy in there, so I have a feeling this sucker's gone. Fan blades are broken on it. You know, just little stuff here and there. That's what we're going to be working with. Let me set y'all back down. We'll do a quick walk around of the car. Alright, so we're going to do a quick walk around the car. As you saw earlier, we got the engine compartment in the back. Lots of work to do there. Looks like it took a pretty good hit here in the side. All the tires are completely garbage on them, so those will all be replaced here in the next few days. Top is good, no holes in it, just needs to be cleaned up. Back is a little foggy, but that's okay. A little bit of bumps going on here, but that's what happens when it's been outside for a long time. And the top is good. The glass is good. Don't see any cracks, chips, flaking, anything like that. When we come up to the front end, it is missing the little covers underneath the eyes, as we like to call them. And we'll get this hood open here for you. Oh, if I can grab it. There we go. Pops into place. So it did come with a lot of extras. I don't know if you want to call them extras. Different styles of hubcaps. That's what those are down there. This is the battery cover. And the batteries sits where those two jugs are. You can see by the terminals. But normally the bottom here is completely, I'll get these out of your way, completely rusted out, and all you see in there is the two drain holes, which appear to be factory. Not 100% on that. And again, you can see the master cylinder over here with the braided line, also pretty retro, so it's probably original. When we go to look in the Blake fluid reservoir, there's nothing in them, completely empty. Also not really a surprise there, considering I found the calipers down here. There's one right there. Calipers. Found what seems to be an original jack and an original toolkit, which is actually pretty cool. Doesn't find that very often. So we'll keep going here. You see the other side is looking pretty good. Just minor scuffs, as we call them, shopping cart problems, which is to be expected. We'll go here into the interior. If you don't like spiders, now's the time to look away. But we go here into the interior. Set y'all up here real quick. It's got a lot of the original instruments. Looks like some aftermarket radios. Those boxes are old school heater fan under here. Real simple, no center console. The original shifter knob. And these seats. Turn you back here to the seats. And these seats are actually 67 seats because they're missing the headrests. Like I said, this is an early 68, so they were getting rid of these seats from the 67 models into these early 68s to clear out their old stock. And here is, pardon my reach, one of those under eye covers. It snaps right in there. A little vent hole there, but that's all right. And some more of those hubcaps, different styles. These all appear to be very good, look original. There are some spots in the floor here. It looks like it's a factory drain hole because underneath it is another layer of metal. So it looks like it's rust, but you can tell it's like an aftermarket padding, see? And some floor coating is what it looks like. And so we'll chew into that on another episode. If we turn back this way, it's got a little, it's kind of tough to see. There we go. Back shelf here. And this is part of the convertible top. So you want to hook it from the back there. You slide it up. The whole top folds into the back there, and you can cover that up. So it's like a top cover. So I think it's pretty cool. And we'll come back around, back to the engine area. Like I said, I think it's an 817cc. We're going to double check the VIN number. And we'll get you all a little close up to the dash here. Looks like it says 62,000. And this appears to be an original dash, and the fact that it's not cracked. I know you heard me right, it is not cracked. It's nice and plump, what would you call that? Soft, I guess would be the right word there, that it's still soft. You know, it just needs a good cleaning. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just want to get some stuff down in the cylinders. Like I said, these are speakers. To get that going. Doors are a little off, so we're going to set those up. Alright, so I've had that Mr. Oil sitting for a little bit. I'm seeing if we can get it to turn. I've tried on the generator nut, it's a 19, just to get it to turn. Haven't had any luck, so we're going to give the bottom here a little tap. See if we can get it to free up a little bit. Grab that 19 mil one more time. That's what size this nut is. Alright, got a nice long leverage here. So we're just having stretch in the belt. I don't know if you can see that, but the belt is just stretching. Not wanting to move for us. I don't know if it's because the belt is stuck to the bottom pulley there, but I also don't. Alright. So these two will move, and so it was stuck on there, which makes me think that's what's going on down here also. I'm going to run the little broken off screwdriver I have down here to see if I can get it to loosen up some. I don't think that did much. Yeah. So it's going to take a little bit of work. I'm going to loosen that up and bring y'all back. Alright, so I can't get that to free up. So what I think I'm going to do is let that Mr. Oil sit for a little bit longer. And let it really work into itself, maybe overnight, and come check again tomorrow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this up. I'm going to take the shop vac and maybe a little, I don't know if I want to power wash or just rinse it off just to get this dust off and clean out the interior. I think that's really a good use of my time, especially in a hot Texas afternoon like this. You can even tell the dogs are getting a little tired. But anyway, we're going to put a pause on this, let that stuff sit and really let it do its job. That way I can get some new tires, some spark plugs, and we can check back in tomorrow, maybe the next day. It's going to be like 2 seconds for you guys. So let's get on to cleaning.